Are we going to talk about mower decks at all? Nah. Like I reckon we glaze on it and then do a new episode next week for mower decks.
Sweet. Alright, we fucking ready to go there.
I didn't check reviews or anything.
Nah.
One more lap. G'day, I'm Ben from Catch Pro Australia and welcome to the latest edition of Lawn Care Skull Sessions with my co-host, the bearded one.
G'day.
G'day.
How you going?
Good, mate.
You be chilly?
Well, I'm in two minds because, it is fresh, but then if you step outside and certainly if you go into the sun, you could get a tan. It's hot.
I had a beautiful morning. It was delicious. Divine.
And we'll get to that, but I don't understand how you're just cruising around in shorts and a shirt and here I am proper rugged up.
I think it's the thickness of my blubber.
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 So you were saying you had like an awesome morning?
Yeah. No, I just had a little bit of the 40 left. I've had so much just shit to do. So I've been popping in and out of the 40 over the last 2 days, and I just got to finish it off this morning, and I was like, oh god, it's a nice day. Beautiful. And there's not that much growth, so everything's just everything's easy. And
how fucking good is autumn mowing, eh?
It's really nice. Like even the when you're cutting and there's dew on the grass, it just looks so much more defined, and everything's just Mickey Mouse. Although I'll say the first day was on the main paddock, and I fucking got covered in mud. Like before I came here, I had to wash the machine down. So
well, we had I don't know how many mils we got, but on the tail end of the weekend, we got a fair bit of rain. And on Monday it was a wet day.
We did, yeah. I worked on Tuesday at one of the villages, and we were just in the rain all day.
So nice. I think that's going to help things stay green for a bit.
Yeah.
Probably won't do fuck all for the growth just because of the cooler temperatures.
Yeah, it's down to about 10 at night now, so I don't think we'll be seeing much growth for a while.
Not in my bedroom, baby.
Well,
so what else is happening?
Mate, not much. I'm still getting together all the crew for this event that I'm holding. I spoke to Tim from Cox. He seems like a really good dude.
Great guy.
Yeah,
love the
he
Cox.
fucking full punked me.
That's right, I heard about that.
Yeah, he's fucking telling me he wants a $50 1 acre mow, and I was just like, and he's like, yeah, I'm Tim from Cox. I'm like,
So let's set the tone. BJ had never met or even talked to this person from Cox Mowers, and he stitched him up good.
He did.
We like a bit of personality.
We do, yeah. It fucking makes the world go round.
See, if he'd done that to Catch Pro, I probably would have hung up.
Fucking find him and hit him with your Ram truck. I also had a call from Austin. You guys might remember him. He was on the podcast just after you moved here, I think. So a little while.
I think I remember the weather was cool.
Yeah, so he said for the event he'll come up and let someone shave his beard off. He's got a nice big beard, so he reckons he'll try and raise a bit of money.
That'll be slick as.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get someone who knows how to cut hair, at least. I said I'd do it, but he said if I don't do it in a string bikini, then he doesn't want me.
So. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's turning into a bigger event than I expected, but I think it'll be fun all the same, especially if all these brands that are pitching in go
hard or go home.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of those things, just organising, and then boom. It's kind of like a wedding, I guess. Heaps of organising. And then I'll be real nervo on the day. I'll be like, fuck, something's going to go wrong. But realistically...
It'd be good if we could actually marry someone there.
Oh my God, imagine that. Maybe I'll marry one of my skags. maybe I'll marry Rob or Duncan.
I know you've already consummated the...
Yeah, I have.
No, we should marry Rob Shearer and Paul Sheehan. That'd be funny.
Oh man, I hope I get to kiss the bride. Some other news. As soon as we're finished here, I'm ringing Narelle. She's the skag delivery driver lady.
Yes.
She's an amazing lady. Apparently, there's some 21-inch machines that will be sleeping at my house. So
I also heard that.
I'm very excited.
So that'll be really cool. So don't forget to follow TBL to look out just for any new stuff on the 21-inch.
Yep.
Skag commercial push. Is it self-propelled?
Yes. Yeah. Self-propelled.
We'll call it an SP.
Oh, so good. They've worked out a conversion kit, so there's swingbacks available and all that sort of stuff. So
mad.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. So in some news that nobody cares about, the 76ers lost Game 7.
Oh no, you were devastated.
They cooked it. And the reason why I'm bringing this up again, right, because it kind of still hurts me. So I was following everything on social media, and like just so many people in America, like these games are fixed, and all the refs were against them, all of this stuff. And I was reading all of that, like, man, as if this shit happens, right? So last night, fucking scrolling through Netflix, there's a TV series on Netflix called Untold, and they're like sports docos, really good ones. And there was this one called Flagrant Foul.
Ooh.
And you know how it does the little trailer when you so there's this dude who's an ex-ref who got nailed for game fixing. And it's a proper thing. Like he was working for the mob, and he was betting on games that he was officiating.
Damn.
So
that's really bad.
That's like I don't know. I was just like, as if refs fix games, right? But they're literally
better to approach than a ref.
But they're literally saying like, this dude's got a problem with that head coach, so they're probably going to lose tonight. That's fucking just wild, man. So anyway,
it is what it is, man. I'd say it's in every sporting.
If you got Netflix, which you're kind of a loser if you don't. If you got Netflix, go and have a look at Untold.
Yeah.
They got that other. You should watch the Malice in the Palace. Do you know that one?
No.
The one where it was just that huge biff with the Detroit Pistons and Indiana Pacers. It's wild.
Oh,
man.
Really?
Yeah, like proper wild.
I haven't had a good search. It's hard on Netflix. Sometimes they don't, like, you'll punch in documentaries and it'll be like, oh, here's a selection we think you might like. And it's like, nah, I fucking watched all that.
How fucked up. It's fucked for me when Vicky watches like the Kardashians and just whack shit. So it'll be like, oh, here's something for you, the fucking Babysitters Club.
Don't you have your own account?
Nah, well, no, not really. It's just, well, I mean, who wants to change accounts every time?
Oh, it just, when you turn the TV on, it just asks you. It's got like, we got 4 of them.
Nah, we're just consolidated. Anyway, so...
Yeah, fuck you, Netflix, you're not sponsoring us.
Enough of the bullshit. So, today we're going to be discussing mower blades.
Yes.
Look, really not for push and self-propelled.
Yeah.
Like, we're just going to be talking about bar blades.
Yeah.
But most of the content and info will go hand in hand with push mower blades.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's just,
I think when people think about push mower blades, they don't really take into consideration the longevity, because they are quite a disposable, cheap item when it comes to things that you have to replace all the time. I think push mower blades are quite affordable. So
yeah. Now there is going to be a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah. Which
I can't remember the last time I said that.
Yeah.
Because we don't really hit topics as hard as what we used to, but. The time is right. There's been some talks, about, okay, what blades are doing what.
Yeah.
There's a few different blade suppliers.
Heaps, actually.
And so, now I am going to use this episode as a cheap plug for Catch Pro. We've got the Ballard blades in.
Yeah, it was kind of cool walking in and they were all stacked everywhere. I was like, fuck yeah!
And it'll just give me an opportunity to not only talk about what's out there in the market, but what we're going to offer at Catch Pro and how we're going to be different to other people. I'm not going to use this whole episode as a plug, but we'll just plug along the way because we got it there. So, Beach, did you want to just rattle off first the categories and types that we have?
Yeah, so we obviously some of your tractors have got the swing backs and shit like that. We're not going to play around with those.
No, fuck tractors.
Yeah, fuck tractors. So you got your straight, so they're just your normal straight blades. You've got your stepped, which I know a lot of the guys with the 32 rights are using to get that lower cut. The low lifts, your high lifts, your mulching blades, and your gator blades. So they're pretty much all the ones that we'll look at today. We don't have any mulching blades here, and we don't have any high lifts, do we?
Yeah.
We do? Oh!
Yeah, come on, BJ. Get
right in front of me.
Get with a program. We don't necessarily need them all in front of us.
Well,
only for the people, viewing on YouTube.
Yeah. All half dozen.
Yeah. So, but there's always been, so much content out there of, how often should I sharpen my blades? Why, when they come from factory, are they not very sharp?
Yeah.
We'll be able to glaze over some of that stuff as well. Now, in typical Skull Session style, we did our research this morning. Now,
I did read some stuff on the toilet, but I got more into where all the blades are coming from.
So don't discredit the episode based on that though, because we, both BJ and I already have a fairly good understanding of blade types. Like BJ, is running big and small machines on gnarly as grass types, beautiful lawn types. I've been messing around for 2 years.
Yeah.
Not only with blades, but with deck designs as well. Now, we're not going to go too much into deck design. We're actually going to save that for a fresh episode next week.
Yeah.
Because I think it's something that there are brands that, they're brands I think that have gimmicks, but there are brands out there that they have their staple deck, which is and to name a few, the Velocity, the Turbo Force.
Yeah.
There's
what was the hyperdrive one? It was the something 4. It was
there was the that's the Hustler one. The VX VX4 or something.
And then there's 7 iron and shit like that.
Yeah. So we'll be able to go through all of those decks. We'll be able to say which ones we've used. And I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's some of the lower spec machines, the decks are pretty much all bashed out the same. But, some of the higher spec ones, they're really different. And even the same company, seeing some of the rights, seeing the Infinity deck, the lower spec is completely different to the higher spec. So
absolutely. So it'd be awesome. It's good to get educated on some of that stuff. We often talk about what influencers are using, what brands they're using, what the dealer network's like, what the distribution line looks like.
Yeah.
But, and obviously price tags.
Yeah.
But some of these decks, they make sense in markets and they don't make sense in other markets. Yeah. So it's really an interesting topic, but we'll stay on blades. So, with these different variants that we have, essentially what we have to look at is how to break down these different variants, what are the basic differences. So for a standard or a straight blade, for example, these are blades that they're typically known as a medium lift or just a standard blade, right? So what I'm actually going to do just for the camera is I'm just going to hold one up, and as you can see on here, it's a straight blade, and the wing on it is there is a wing on it, but it's not an over dramatized wing. So
realistically, that's the most common blade that a dealer or
every OEM.
Every OEM is that.
Yeah. So when you buy a zero turn, 95, maybe even more than that, but 95% of the time, it's just going to have a standard bar blade on there.
Yeah. It's your all-rounder.
Absolutely, all-rounder. And we'll go into a little bit more detail, but if you are wondering, cheap plug, on the Cash Pro website, this is actually called a razor blade.
Yeah, nice.
So We'll probably go into more depth a little bit later on the blades that we're actually carrying. So with that being said, with like a medium blade, medium lift blade, like your standard blade out there, essentially like they're going to be great for pretty much all conditions.
Yeah, they're definitely my jam. I fucking love them.
So whether you're mowing like nice lawns, maybe some overgrown stuff, whether you're, I would say, this is the best one for side discharge.
Yeah.
Like, if you're running mulch kits, just wait until we get to our...
Yeah, we're coming.
Wait till we get to our mulch style blade.
We'll get there eventually.
But
look, honestly, I didn't know there was so much to unpack when it came to blades, so I said to Ben, I'm just going to talk about what I know personally from personal use. Ben's got a little bit more inside knowledge on the whole, bits and pieces that I have no fucking idea about. But essentially, like, there's 3 types in front of us, and I've used every single one of them, so that's where my knowledge is coming from. That's all I got for you, Ben.
But look, not to mention as well, I still think, like, there was a thread the other day about mulch or gator blades or something, and I still think realistically, when you buy a brand new mower blade, they all work fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it is just true. Like, you don't put a brand new mower blade on and go, these are fucking shit.
No.
Except I can tell you some things that probably will contribute to the shitter side. Now, one thing I do want to say, so 3-inch wide blades, depending on your mower, I just don't love 3-inch wide blades. And that's why that was one of the things that we wanted to do at Catch Pro. We're still going to keep the Hurricane and Wolverine blades.
Yeah.
But moving to the Ballard blades allowed us to get everything in a 2.5-inch wide.
Yeah.
Because it's just a lot less stress on all of those spindles.
Yeah.
When you first flick that PTO on, you don't feel the load as much as you do on a 3-inch wide blade.
I understand that completely. I've still got like a pretty much brand new set of Oregon G6s, and I know some guys absolutely love these blades.
Are they 3 inches?
Yeah, okay, fucking huge. And they really rate them, but I just felt like, number one, I didn't really need a mulching blade. It was just like an experiment thing for me. And number two, yeah, you can feel the extra load.
Yeah, I think so too. And look, I think if you're using, a V-Ride or, your Turfy or whatever, those machines are perfectly capable of running 3-inch blades. But I do think if you start getting into your Liberties or your, Raptor XDXs or, just some of those like entry level, machines, that's when the load, like everything becomes down-spec'd.
Well, the last set of blades that I had on the Clipper, they were 3-inch bar blades, just standard lift blades, and it was I could feel how much more sluggish it was.
So
they were big blades.
I'm glad you brought that up because you said 3-inch standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you have that, you've got a fair bit of airflow happening still. On a gator or a mulch, they're 3-inch, but they're not producing the same amount of airflow.
Well, I'll have to check them. They might have been high lifters as well. So.
Yeah, sheesh.
Yeah, and on a little resi machine like that, it's a bit of a hard task pushing it.
So quick sidebar, like I had a pair of 3-inch uber high lifts that I let you test.
Yeah.
And BJ told me, like, the feedback was they go great across all standard types of mowing, but once you start getting into some of the thicker stuff, there's just such a load there that you will bog down.
You could feel when you you can
feel resistance, right?
Yeah, I was transitioning from, obviously you're going to feel it anyway, but it was like exaggerated. So I was going from native buffalo into cooch, and with standard lifts there's not much of a transition, but with these blades you could feel it really, like obviously the fluke, is it called a fluke?
Flute.
A flute.
Yeah, fluke. Yeah. That's what I've been saying.
Oh, I've always been saying fluke. Like a whale? Like...
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
No, I can't be. Let's just call it the wing.
The wing was really high, and you could feel it just I don't know if it was the grass resistance or if it was the airflow that changed.
I just think the fact that it was a 3-inch with that wing, there's just a lot going on.
It's the fucking big blades.
Just quickly about like straight blades. Now, you and I haven't had really any experience with a straight blade.
No.
But a straight blade, like, it has no lift at all.
No.
And it's supposed to be, I would imagine, used for like just cutting and dropping grass.
Yeah, well, that's what
so all your rear discharges.
I guess I know some of the like lower spec home style push mowers and stuff. They just have like the little straight swing backs on them. That's the only time I've ever seen a straight blade at all.
Yeah. I would go as far as to say just it's not worth a concept looking into unless you're in maybe some sort of specialized, street slashing, where you're not side discharging, you're not mulching, because it's not going to recycle anything.
No,
they're just going to be cutting and dropping.
Yeah.
So in the rear discharge market.
Yeah, that's true. Wonder what the airflow would be on them. Like, would the grass even stand up, or would you just be lucky?
Nah, I think you'd just be cutting and dropping it through what's there. Yeah. So that's going to move us on to this high lift.
On the big high lift.
Yeah. So sure, you hold it up to the camera, baby.
So big.
So this is the high-rise blade. Now there is other blades on this like the market. There is other blades like this in the market. However, these high-rise blades from Ballard, they do have an exaggerated wing.
They do have a huge kickback there.
And when you get these in your hands, you will understand.
They're hot, man. Like they're a hot looking blade.
Yeah,
I mean, why? It's turning me on a little bit.
So anyway, what this is designed to do is to make that grass stand up and to create airflow where you are just exiting that grass.
Yeah.
So BJ, you've been messing around with these a little bit behind the scenes. They're awesome for catching, right?
Awesome for catching, and it is a beautiful finishing blade too. It's a really nice finishing blade. Even on trashy grass, because of that extra airflow, it really gets everything to stand up nice and high.
And also what the high lift is really designed to do is once you've cut the grass and it's exiting the chute, you're trying to get what the blade is really accomplishing is a nice even flow of discharge. So instead of I can't really put it into context with anything that I've done recently, but I know, like in my past mowing days when I've had lower spec machines, you're like mowing along and discharging, and you start seeing like clumps.
Yeah.
Clumps just falling out of the, and that's where this high-rise blade really sets apart. And something that you'd love to know, Beach, which I know you already know, but we've got them for the SFC 30.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited about that.
So, and also for the Time Master and Turf Master.
Oh, not so excited about that.
No, but I mean, it's great for the market because those mowers are really designed, like they're a recycling den.
Yeah, then they're huge. They're like
It's one of the only OEMs that come out with a mulch blade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like So Ballard has gone and created a high-rise blade for it for bagging.
That's pretty cool.
So we've already sold a bunch of them. Like we haven't shipped any of this out. Even as you're listening to this on a Sunday, our first shipping day will be Monday.
Oh, nice.
All right, man. So
what do we got?
We're getting to the mulching blade.
Should we backtrack quickly and just talk about stepped blades? Just in regards to a stepped blade is basically a standard blade with a little kick. And don't fuck up like me and always use standard blades and then snap a set of these drop down blades on and then just mow at your regular heights because you'll cause some fucking damage.
And I'll tell you, I've had Catch Pro customers ring me up and abuse me and say, one guy said, something's wrong with these blades. Cutting down to dirt. Another person rang me and said his employees just fucked a whole lawn. And I mean, I get it. If you don't know the concept, if you're scrambling online and you just found some blades, but a stepped blade will literally lower your cut by
it's like an inch and a quarter, I reckon.
I mean, there's different variants, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they're designed to do. Now, one thing that we all have to be very careful for, because there's people out there that want stepped blades for mowers that really don't need them.
Yeah.
But one thing that has, and guys in WA, they want stepped blades because they want that 20 mil or whatever it is cut. But one thing that everyone needs to keep in mind is you can't have the blade below the baffle.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to have debris exiting, you're going to have blowout everywhere. And it's really unsafe as well.
I haven't had it on any of my big machines, but on the 32 I went from just standard Skag OEMs straight into a set of step downs.
You could excavate soil.
And I fucking did too. The first time I engaged the blades, I was just all I could hear in the Catch Pro was just bing, 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 bing. I was straight down into the depths of the earth.
Yeah.
So that was a foolish mistake by me, and I think maybe a few of the staff that I've got have made the same mistake. It was probably my mistake at the end of the day because I swapped the blades and I wasn't oi, fucking watch out for those blades.
Now, unfortunate for Catch Pro, none of these new blades are stepped.
Oh, Ballard doesn't carry any step?
No, in the American market, they're just not really messing with step blades too much.
They're not trying to go fucking lower. When you cut height start at 5 inches, then
yeah. So look, we're still keeping the Hurricane variant. We're actually in the Wolverine, which is your Gator style. We will start seeing some more stepped options.
Okay.
It's really been in the Hurricane that we've had those options, but look, honestly, in the American market, I think you need them for the right mowers, standard Bs, not really the ZKs because they're a good, true, low mowing mower.
Yeah.
But the Spartans.
Oh, they need steppers as well.
Well, they got a very, very deep deck.
Okay.
That's mostly what we're doing.
Yeah.
You certainly don't need them on a Skag.
I haven't seen any stepped gators. Is there stepped gators?
We're messing around with some at the moment.
Okay.
We just got to, and we certainly wouldn't have every variant.
Because that would give you a little bit more deck space to mulch the clippings.
That's true.
Yes.
Well, while you just made that comment, let's talk about the your mulch and Gator style blades. So we have the Wolverine and we have the Ripper now.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going to be different? This is probably where the most confusion is because this style blade that has your serrated teeth or fins, some people say, is designed to throw the grass upward into the deck.
Yeah.
Now, if you're using a mulch kit, you've got to use a blade like this. You can still catch with a blade like this, but you really have to be using this if you're running a mulch kit.
Yeah.
Because the grass is going to be thrown up into the deck, fall down, and be recycled and cut again, thus being cut into smaller pieces.
Fucking mincemeat.
Now, something that is very interesting are the difference between a mulch and a gator.
Yes, I was confused at this.
And it took me a minute to get my head around the research.
Yep.
But essentially, a gator blade is everything that a mulch blade is, except a gator has, not only does it have the serrated edges, but it has a high lift fin.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So it's going to produce more airflow, more suction, and really going to get that grass circulating in that deck before it's exited.
Nice.
So what that means is this Ripper blade, for example, is going to be more of a gator style than a mulch style, which is a superior blade.
Yeah.
And what it means is in the winter months, if you're this is what I use with the Catch Pro in winter.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't, you can cheat a little bit in winter. You don't have to catch everything.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you will.
Yeah, I've told the boys to put the chute blockers in. So.
Yeah. So, but what it does mean is that, like, you can still catch because you're going to get the airflow from these fins because they've got a curved fin, and you're going to get the recycling benefits as well.
Yeah, I've used a fair few set of gators. I'm guessing they're gators now. Now I'm going to have to go home and look at all my daddies.
Yeah, so because I've been doing our own blades for like 2 years now, like when people say G6s or when people say this or when people say that, like before I was involved with Catch Pro, when I was just a consumer and a mower man, I'd go down to my dealer and be like, hey, give us some blades.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I literally was so naive to think that I was just getting the same blade every time.
That's right, yeah. So, and then not to mention with like distribution, like the G6s, that's an Oregon blade, right?
Yes, yeah.
So they've changed distributors in the last like 3 years. So they used to be like everywhere, and now they're not so much.
Yeah.
So there's just from a consumer's point of view, you know, like I always I number one, I never researched it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got involved with Catch Pro that I was like, whoa, some of this stuff actually means something.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm just looking at the blades that you got here, and the only ones that look super familiar are the straight ones.
The razor,
they've got like a nice normal shape to me, but then I look at the high lift ones, and even the ones that you gave me to test out, that's a fucking beast of a lip.
Oh man,
I can't wait to see how they perform.
That is like a proper ski jump. You know that you don't, like now that I've got the blades available, you don't have to like keep it a secret that you've been testing them.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
or sometimes testing things comes with a little bit of a caveat that you're not really supposed to say that you're testing them.
I know, and it's hard to, but I mean, everyone knows by now, like, we're friends.
I'm your fucking go-to.
You've tried everything at Catch Pro, so.
Everything.
Not me.
Except for the Incredibottle. I'll fucking get one of them.
We need one for a battery, eh?
Yeah.
You know, like a little cartridge that you can store.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should edit this out. Someone will fucking develop that.
Yeah, fuck that.
If they got 37,000, that's how much the molds cost.
Is it really? Is that for... Fuck, jeez.
Almost anything.
Whew.
What
about dildos and stuff? I wonder how much.
No, they just put that over a shaft. Can't you actually buy...
Yeah, you can.
You can actually buy porn stars dildos, eh?
Oh yeah,
you could buy.
You can buy like buttholes and everything. But you can actually like buy a kit where you like put it over your own.
No.
Tackle. Yeah, 100%. I'd be.
So what? I don't get it. Just I don't want to go into too much detail. Okay. Just tell me.
So I was at like I was on like a couples thing looking for stuff.
Okay.
That's as far as I'll go.
Yep.
Anyway, it was like you can put it over your thingy and you pour in, and it's like a mold, and then you pour in something else and it comes out and it's like your dick. It's like... But
then what do you do with the dick?
I give it to your missus as a present or something. You're like, man, how disappointed would she be?
My missus would probably just... I was going to say she'd just deep throat it once and swallow it. And then it's just gone for life.
Oh, God. I don't think that... Maybe
Is that too much? Is that too much?
Nah, that's all right. Maybe we could make it out of gummy. So it's not like poisonous fucking...
You know what I'd do?
What would you do?
I'd like do it right, and then I'd just add like a little secret bit of girth and length, and then be like, "Oi," but not even give it to Vicky, just like give it to one of her friends.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oi, check this out. This is me. This is all me."
Would you paint it black?
I'd paint it.
All right, enough about this shit.
Oh. I was just getting started.
I don't really know where to pick it up from here, bro.
That's all right, man. We can just go back to the blades and which ones I have and haven't used. which...
Okay, so all right, I'm doing my best here. Let's do this. Metal types. Now, we've seen, and I'm not suggesting that any of these are gimmicks, but there is different, metal components that go in.
Different processing, like the way they heat the steel and treat the steel, all that sort of stuff. It's too technical for me. I just stay out of it.
Anyone who's using the Sabre Edger blade, which I'm actually just holding up for the camera right now, we have had awesome reviews on the Sabre. The one drawback that we have had is that Catch Pro retails it for a fairly expensive price.
Oh, okay.
And that was due to we were only bringing this in.
Yeah.
Now that we're bringing in Ballard blades, all of a sudden we're bringing in pallets upon pallets.
It's all about volume.
And so our retail price, as of this podcast for the Sabre, is going to go down. And it's going to be the same hardness as the rest of the blades.
No. Back to the mulching blade. We were on mulching blade still, weren't we? Did we jump along?
Well, there's just a lot to unpack. So in TBL, you're not using them too much?
Not too much. No, we've run through a few sets, and I think still because we catch everything pretty much. It's just not. It's not really that big of a deal for us.
Something that is quite tough in like Brisbane and Queensland is that our winter time is just so reduced.
Yeah.
And certainly when you go like way further north, they don't get it. They don't get a winter at all.
No.
And so
it probably slows down a little bit, but nothing compared to Brizzy.
And I think that is what's going to be exciting as well for some of those folks up there is there hasn't ever really been like a high lift that's accessible.
Yeah.
And now everywhere, in North Queensland, they will have access to a legitimate high lift bar.
That first time you showed me that high lift, I was like, holy fuck, like that's going to be crazy. But like I said, it did feel different going from different types of turf.
But that was the 3-inch one.
It was it was a big popper. So this one being 2.5, it's a lot less.
It's a lot less extra load for sure.
I really dig this little bit on your one. So the other one was high, but it was like a flat back. This one's got a little kick to it too. So I wonder what kind of throwing capabilities we can get out of it.
Oh, there's...
We should get the measuring tape out.
Mad throwing capabilities, yeah. Something to note as well, for anyone out there that's running X-Blades. Now, I've said it a million times, I don't love X-Blades. My reason being is that the airflow is dramatically increased.
Yeah.
This can actually work against you if you're catching grass. With the Catch Pro specifically, I think if you're using a rear bagger, I think it's going to help as long as that air can travel through and escape on the other side. If the air is rebounding off, which actually is what is happening with the X-Blades and a Catch Pro, there is so much air that the air is just bouncing off one wall and rebounding. So what I really want to say, because the reason why I'm saying this is we've got customers that do all sorts of dumb fuck things with X-Blades, right? Like someone will ring me and they're like, hey, I want X-Blades for my Toro time cutter. I'm like, bro, just please don't. And I've got a guy locally that uses them on a Gravely. It's the ZT34, so it's not the Compact Pro.
Yeah.
The Compact Pro is a legit commercial machine. This ZT thing came into the market at like $6,500 or something. I don't know what they are now. Press deck.
Okay.
Really good press deck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like I don't think you should be running the X-Blades on this. And he goes, Ben, it's the fucking best thing in the world. And I'm like, well, I don't want to, I'm not,
Yeah.
Imagine
6 of those. on oh, fucking hell.
You fucking take
you
off.
Take off. Yeah, you do a backflip. You engage your blades and you fucking end up in hospital.
But something that's not happening in the US is they're not doubling up their gaiters.
Oh, okay.
Now, I've been messing with this lately, and I may have found a recipe. Doubling up your gaiters is actually all right.
Yeah.
I ran it on the V-Ride.
Yep.
In summer.
Yep.
For most of the summer, and I actually quite liked it. So I still prefer to just run like a high lift.
Yeah.
Rather than doubling up.
Which one do you use more? Now you've got access to fucking every single blade. Which you use the high lift more than the standard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, so realistically, I'm not mowing grass for a living.
Yeah, no, but you've got a fair amount out here. Like, just down the back here, you've got like nearly 2 acres or something, wouldn't it be?
The high, 1.5, yeah. The high rise is now my go-to.
Okay.
Because it's going to give me, so it basically gives me the cleanest cut. Sorry, everyone, I'm just ditching me jacket.
Yeah.
The high rise gives me the cleanest cut and the best catching capabilities.
Nice. I did see a little while ago Corey Ballard posted up something about the SFC 30 with X blades on it. Is that something that is capable here now? Have you got the?
Yeah, like we're ready to roll. Like, so we don't have it available as a kit, but you can put the kit together.
Yeah, nice.
So what's this blade? This blade here, I reckon this is for the Toro.
Yeah.
It's a 2 1/4, 15.4, yes. So, because I think that's only a 2 1/4 wide, not 2.5.
Yeah.
Correct. See, with some of these different variants, you still have to stay within the capabilities of the mower. So, for the Toro Time Master and Turf Master thing, these blades are actually only 2 1/4 wide. Okay. The SFC 30, they're 2.5.
Oh, legit.
Yeah, and we've got every variant, so you can double them up,
mix and match.
Yeah, you I don't think in a push mower, I think you would just run a standard and a ripper.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, like the Razor and the ripper together.
Yeah.
Or just the high rise.
So what variants do you have in the Ballard? Do you have some high lifts for the SFC?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were only in the bigger ones.
So see that? No. So just so everyone is aware, I know that this is turning into a Catch.
Sorry, I'm just trying to buy some blades.
It's turning into a Catch Pro commercial, but we have the Razor, Ripper, and High Rise in all of your crossover lengths. So a 16.5 inch blade, for example, is virtually going to work on all your 32s and 48s.
Yeah.
Predominantly in Skag, Wright, Gravely, Hustler.
Yeah.
All of your like Huskies with your star patterns and your Cub Cadets with, you know, and the Kubota with like a fucking big ole. They got like a bloody 29 mil hole.
Really?
We don't have that stuff at the moment because.
So what? Kubota's got a hole like that.
Yep.
That's a proper big hole.
Yeah, like 2 fingers.
Yeah. 2 little fingers.
Well, you're not getting much through that one, are you?
No, that's where my
I can get my tongue through there.
Yeah.
And do the little tongue wiggle. Alright, it's getting fucked up.
Jesus, here we go.
From deck sizes from 32 to 61.
Sweet. Awesome.
So if you've got Skag, Hustler, Gravely, Bobcat, Ferris, they're all the easy ones. They all take the same blades.
Cool. Well, that's good. It's very handy for you. It's unfortunate though, Husky got the star pattern and Kubota's got the big hole. What about, did you say Bobcat? What's Bobcat doing?
Bobcat's got the 16 mil hole, which is the 5/8 of an inch.
Cool.
What is slightly different about them is on their 48 inches, they're running a 16 1/4 inch blade rather than a 16 1/2, but we have that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, same as Gravely.
How'd you find that out? Just trial and error. people saying?
Oh, it's taken me a minute, but
that would have been the fucking.
Actually, what I do want to say to the Skull Session listeners is, sometimes in business we talk about, or people want to hear about other people's biggest fuck ups. I actually did my biggest fuck up when ordering these blades.
Oh shit!
To the tune of about $9,000.
Motherfucker.
So probably my worst Catch Pro business mistake. I've made financial mistakes along the line, but this one has probably cost me the most.
Yeah.
And what I did was, Toro, for example, are running, the same blade lengths, but at some point they changed their center hole size. And it was really unclear which year to one Z Master will have a 16 mil hole, the other one has a 23 mil hole. And Toro is not a brand that really we're that familiar with.
Yeah.
And so anyways, when I did my Ballard order, I was using the Ballard website because they've got a lot of the specs on there.
Okay,
so I'm like, go through this, all right, get that, all right. Me being lazy, instead of just going to the Toro menu, I used Xmark. Because Xmark is Toro.
No.
Boy, oh boy, did that cost me.
That's an expensive
So Xmark is actually running blades that are a 1/4 inch smaller. So I do have a gentleman on LMCA. He's got a Toro Z Master with the bigger center hole.
Yeah.
I'm actually sending him a pair of blades which are actually a 1/4 inch shorter for him to just, if they don't leave mohawks, then they'll work. You might just not get the longevity.
Yeah, okay.
But I thought I'd be honest with the crowd here and just say, like, man, I cooped that hard.
Yeah,
yeah. So I just have to take a drink in it for this one.
Yeah.
And then recoup those losses as we go along.
Yeah, that's one of the things, I guess, with business and going on a new adventure. Sometimes you hit a speed bump.
Yeah, I mean, different with lawn mowing, you just buy what you need to complete works.
Yeah.
Whereas, one other fuck up that I'd done is I ordered however many thousands of the wrong bolt type.
Oh.
And it was like a special thread that is not common here. It's like a China thread. And they're just like, no, we don't want them back. And I was like, for fuck's sakes. So small things like that.
Yeah, okay. I guess all the little small things would add up to a lot of dollars in the end. Or
when my manufacturing company folded 100 brackets backwards. I didn't have
Is that on them though?
Of course it's on them, but
that's
you still have all the handling.
Oh,
you put it live on the website. You've sent some out to customers.
Oh no! Did you bring them all the way home? Did you pick up all of them, bring them all the way home, send them out, and then?
Yeah, we were people have them.
Fuck. Oh my god.
So, it's tough to get through those mistakes. But what we actually are hoping to achieve with this Ballard blade is that it's going to make ordering easier. We're going to ship them out super fast.
Yeah.
So you'll get your orders quickly. And you're going to get a good premium blade. So because the cutting edge on these blades is also longer.
Yeah, actually I noticed when I got that first set, I was like, gee, is it the same on the Goldies?
Yeah, so the Ballard Gold, we don't have these at this current time just because we placed this order at the start of the year before they released their golds.
Oh, okay.
And that's how long it's taken to get them.
Yeah.
Because they were made for Australia, these blades. And what the difference is going to be with the gold blade, they are going to be a true superior blade.
Yeah.
They have a longer cutting edge. They have a higher gator fin. And what they also have is the carbide tungsten additive. Now, it's going to be along the back of the blade. Actually, did you want to just step out and grab one?
Go grab one. Excuse me.
Apologies. Do you remember where they are? Straight ahead on the blue shelf.
Oh, cool.
We'll wait for BJ to get back because I've got a pair that I just keep well, I mean, I've been using them, but I've got a pair that I keep here that won't be for use, even though they're the same as what BJ would run on his 48. He ain't using them. So here I have one in front of me, and for anyone that is viewing this content, it has so this is a high lift gaiter, so it's virtually exactly the same as the Ripper. The fin shape is a little bit different, but what you actually get here, and you've got no chance of seeing it, BJ.
I can definitely see it.
So you've got this hardened edged along the arse end of the blade, like the back end. So what's actually happening is, now they call this self-sharp technology, and Corey hates promoting it. But I've been using these, and it's true. What actually happens is, as this sharpened edge wears away, this backside edge stays intact. So theoretically, the blade is getting sharper and sharper and sharper. Now, we did have a comment from a dealer when I advertised these, saying like, oh, these are going to be a bastard to sharpen, and they're not going to work well in long, shitty types of grass. All of those statements are actually untrue, because the edge that you sharpen is still a Rockwell hardened 45.
Okay.
So it's no different to anything else.
No.
And because it is a true gaiter, it's going to perform in all conditions.
Nice.
So this is going to be a premium blade. It's going to last 4 times longer. It's going to be at least 3 times more expensive.
If you're saving one set of blades.
Yeah, it's the process that counts.
Yeah, I can't wait to see them. I'll put them to the test on the 40 for sure. The 40 will definitely separate the...
It is a great testing ground.
It's really good.
But I have just been really, really, really impressed with that blade.
Yeah, that's good. I'm excited. That looks like a really good blade too. I just want to put it on. Just take a photo.
And so further to the point, what I want to say is, like, the blade itself, as brand new, is going to perform the same way as these blades. The longevity is going to be what sets this one apart.
All right. Well, hurry up and sell all these so you can get those.
Okay. Anyway, have we had enough blade talk, butter?
Yeah, fuck off, mate. Special thanks to Bad Workwear, always our sponsor from almost the start.
Now, speaking of Bad Workwear, now they have been our only official sponsor, right?
Yeah. But until Muscle Beard, but...
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrespect them.
No, it's no one's fucking buying any beard products, so it doesn't really help us out at all.
That's all right. If anyone's got some pubes, maybe you can buy
just fucking pubes. Style your pubes. Just something different for your missus,
Maybe I could style me gooch.
Maybe. Maybe they need a hair removal cream. So many hairy lawnies out there.
Oh. I just thought about it.
Yeah. Just cooking the sphincter.
Just remember the days, obviously you still live them.
Oh, fuck.
You're just mowing along and you just know, you just know it's so nasty, eh?
Yeah.
No, what I wanted to do is to say thank you to everyone, all our Skull Sessions supporters, and especially for using our code.
Yeah.
Now, I got some insight today. Our code has been used 471 times.
That's awesome.
On the Bad Workwear website. Bad Workwear, I just spoke to them today, and they're thrilled to be partnered with us.
Yeah.
And they love what we do, and they love the support that we've got. So hopefully everyone who has got a piece of Bad Workwear clothing enjoyed the process, loves the gear that they got, and it's just a great situation.
Yeah, if anyone saw my Instagram post a couple of weeks ago, I just decked all the boys out in new kit.
Now, quickly tell us about it. We're supposed to be signing out, but you just got, the high-vis long sleeve?
So I got myself an orange high-vis long sleeve, and it fits fucking schmick, and it's pretty comfortable. I'm not the biggest fan of long sleeve.
Nah, I hate it, eh?
I just wanted to try something different. But the other boys, for some weird reason, they wanted yellow. I don't know why, but yeah, I hooked them up. They got, I think they got a couple of long sleeve and a couple of short sleeve each.
I'm always a little torn with high vis. Obviously, I don't fuck with high vis anymore because I don't need to. But I'm always like a little bit tripping. Like, oh, do I like orange better or yellow? And for years, it was fucking yellow.
Was it?
For years and years, yeah.
Boys aren't so strange. No, it was Dion more than Will. Will's always rocked the orange, and then Dion's like, no, I look pretty good in yellow, which he does. So it's just like, well, you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
I got Rusty both, and I got both.
Yeah.
And in the t-shirt, they're just as loud as hell.
Yeah.
Like, if you put one of their high-vis shirts on, like I used to joke with Russell at the 40 Acres or at the Village, and like you could see him from miles away because it's just like a different
proper high visibility.
Yeah.
That's what the boys said the first time they saw me rock up in my orange. They're like, holy fuck, that is bright.
What I've always thought was the funniest, my youngest Nelly, like if we're like out in public and you see like a woman with like pink hair or like someone who's dyed, you know, like one of those real sort of quirky, Nelly just always has like that awesome smile, like where they've just seen something so amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, one day before I went and saw you at the Village, I put like my orange shirt on. Fucking Nelson comes out stumbling out of her bedroom and she just saw me and she's just like, whoa, what shirt is that? I'm like, it's a work shirt. And she's like, that's so cool.
Nothing is brighter than a brand new orange high-vis shirt.
Something to note as well, look, I don't think I hate to suspense it, but or build suspense, but they have a new line of t-shirts, which are going to be a little bit more of a baggy fit, and they will, you know, the sizes, there'll be more sizes to choose from.
Nice.
So that's some of the feedback that we've got.
Yeah.
You know, that the t-shirts don't go large enough.
Yeah, no, it's like the 3XLs are fine for me, but you know, it's just a lot of hot tradies out there. They didn't need the bigger sizes. But now winter's coming, they're going to look towards them. They'll look towards the husky boys.
Yep. All right, you had enough?
Oh, yeah, I could talk a bit more shit, but no, it's time to go home, I think.
All right, cool. Well, until then, I am at Catch Pro and he's at TBL and we're out of time. Peace.